It is also cool just to see like that sea of young women kind of singing along with her in solidarity, like we're all gonna break up with our boyfriends. Not making. Don't get mad at me for that. I'm not. That's everyone. You. I'm sorry. You look at me shine in the light and I forget how to breathe. You never know you do it, but you do it and you're doing it to me. You're like the winter sunshine. You're like the rain in the summertime. And you get happy in the fall. And I get misty when you call. And I get misty when you call me. All right, that's the first verse of a song I haven't played for a very long time. That's a song called Misty that I wrote a few years ago. And I think it's available on my channel. If it's not, I'll put it up. Thank you for letting me push my music here on my reaction videos. You're very patient and very kind. We're going to check out a Taylor Swift video here in just a second. But before we do, I want to talk very, very briefly about something I said in my previous video. And it has to do with this gentleman here. Joe Alwyn, I believe is his name. So I said my previous video, I said this. Jake Gyllenhaal, these are cool dudes. Jake Gyllenhaal especially is really good actor. Tom Hiddleston, very good actor. John Mayer, very good guitar player. This guy, no idea. I kind of feel bad because it makes me seem as if I'm saying that he's like whatever, not famous enough or anything. I just really want to make sure everyone knows. And I know this is never going to affect either his life or Taylor Swift's life at all. I'm not that vain or psychotic, but just for my own, what I'm putting out there into the world, I don't want people to think that like, oh, he's bad or low or he's not famous enough. He may be extraordinarily famous. The fact that I don't know who he is not a testament against his fame. I don't know who plenty of people are who are very deserving of their success or whatever. So he may be a great guy. I don't know. The other thing is I got into this a little bit in the last video, a little bit more about like the gossip and the stuff around these songs. I feel really kind of bad about that. And again, I know this is never going to affect any of these people's lives. I'm not stupid enough to suggest that. But what I'm saying is that just for me and what I'm putting out there, like, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal, all these people who I don't know, these are people. These are very famous people, but they're people nonetheless. And I don't know that that website is correct. I don't want to perpetuate these things. And I feel really crappy about doing that. I haven't taken the video down because I feel like people can tell, like, you know, that's a lot of BS, you know, that all that gossip stuff. We don't know what happened with these people's relationships. And I just don't want to be somebody who's dealing in gossip, really. I've dealt in gossip in my life before. I'm not saying I'm above it. I've definitely gossiped before, but I just don't want to do it now. I'm going to try not to do it now. All right, so on to happier, more cheerful things. Today we are going to listen to We Are Never Getting Back Together from the 1989 tour. Everybody has wanted me to do this one. Today we are doing it. I thought that was a typo, but then people kept saying, oh, it's 1989 tour, and I'm guessing that must be the year she was born. So we are both 80s kids. I thought she was maybe younger than that. So that's great. Good to be an 80s kid with somebody. And let's get into it. Okay, big show. E minor and D. Same Jaguar, looks like. Okay, cool. What's interesting here is we're going from E minor, really sad sound, to D, really happy sound, back to E minor. And then that kind of like Bob Seger-ish kind of sound. Kind of walking up that E minor blues pentatonic sound. I've never heard her do this before. Of course, I only know like 4 of her songs, so I do the slow motion there. Kind of an interesting little prelude there. She's figured out a way to kind of get that kind of rock and roll sound, but still just from these 3 strings, just doing, jumping up to the D. Which is kind of a cool idea, like establishing this one vibe and then being like, we'll be right back to that, but first we have to go through this. This C add 9, down to the G major again, over to D, to E minor. Now again, if you've been paying attention, these chords are generally the ones she uses. She will often capo. This time she's not using a capo, we're just in first position. These are the chords that pop songs are made out of. Now, I am going to look at these lyrics. I remember when we broke up the first time saying, this is it, I've had enough. Because, like, we hadn't seen each other in a month when you said you needed space, what? So it's this almost kind of, like, barrage of words. Like, she's fit all these syllables into the rhythm of her song. But it's almost like a comedian's delivery. I remember when we broke up the first time, you know. Wait, you know, pause for laughter kind of thing. But it's almost like word salad. She's kind of recalling conversations. She's speaking his voice, her voice. She's talking about kind of resolutions. Then she stops. And then she goes into this extraordinarily deliberate chorus where we're not word salad anymore. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. Right, like, just a very specific statement without any ambiguity. There isn't a happy ending here. The happy ending is that I learned a lesson and that you're learning a lesson and that we are never going to get back together. I'm going to talk to my friends. You talk to your friends. We aren't going to figure out a way to become Jerry and Elaine. We aren't going to necessarily become best friends. I'm really mad at you. I don't trust you and I don't want you in my life. This kind of queen of the kind of pop, you know, the pop world where kind of all songs and all movies and everything has to have a happy ending. And she's saying there is no happy ending here. It is also cool just to see like that sea of young women kind of singing along with her in solidarity. Like, we're all going to break up with our boyfriends. Not making... Don't get mad at me for that. I'm not... that's everyone... I'm sorry. Let's listen to the second verse and I'll shut up. Back together. You have a solo coming in? I'm really gonna miss you cooking bites and me falling forward screaming that I'm right and you hide away and find your peace of mind with some indie record that's much cooler than mine. Whoa. Call me up again tonight, but this time telling you we are never, ever, ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. Why don't you try this one with us, Sydney? In 3, 2, 1. I like the way she constructs the rhythms of her verses. And she puts these kind of giant rhythmic shifts in there. I'm really gonna miss you picking fights and me falling for it, screaming that I'm right, and you. I'm really gonna miss you picking fights and me falling for it, screaming that I'm right, and you would hide away and find your peace of mind with some indie record that's much cooler than mine. That's hilarious. Okay. That really goes to everything we're talking about, isn't it? Like the kind of identity politics of music, and like what is good music and what is true music and what is virtuous music and what isn't. It's cool to see that her insecurity is there with some indie record that's much cooler than mine. And that sounds like categorically it's cooler because, you know, it's indie. They aren't going to look like her. They aren't going to have the same kind of pop sensibility that she has. This is clearly something that is on her mind. This person, and by the way, I know everyone says it's Jake Gyllenhaal. To me, it's just somebody she's writing a song about. Again, I'm not making any statements about any real person in life. I'm taking this as a piece of art. Okay, I'm really gonna miss you picking fights and be fun. Okay, so he's picking fights because he can't be in a relationship with her. He can't be in a relationship with her, but he can't break up with her. It's like he's being mealy-mouthed. He can't make a decision. And frankly, it's making me think of relationships I wish I hadn't ended. He said as he starts to, this is my microphone saying, don't tell that story. Why am I together with this person? Why am I breaking up with them? It would almost be academic, and it'd be an ego decision. Do I want to be with this person? I'm sleeping with them every night. I'm spending all my time with them. We're laughing. We're getting along. But I don't want to be with this person for some kind of nebulous reason out here. Oh, they're not the right type of person for me, or who am I with this person? That's all ego stuff. What isn't is, how do you feel when you're with somebody? If you're dating somebody and they're a genuine person and you're enjoying your time together, why break up? Shoot, my kind of personal identity politics doesn't allow me to be with Taylor Swift. She's not cool enough. I need somebody cool and indie. Give me a cool indie Taylor Swift. She's annoyed at him for being indecisive, but also for being kind of amenable or changeable by the outside. Like, don't let other people like define you like that. Don't let other people's opinions of you define your opinion of yourself or who you're with. I mean, what has Taylor Swift done that's so bad? Why is she so uncool? All right, she writes relatively simplistic pop music. So does like U2. Just play the music that you want to play and listen to the music you want to listen to, and you'll live a happier life.
Come on, let it all out. In 3, 2, 1. One last time, show me what you got. 3, 2, 1. I used to think that we were forever, ever, and I used to say, never say never.
I used to think that we were forever, ever, ever, and I used to say never. So he calls me up and he's like, I still love you. And I'm like, this is exhausting, you know. I love how she can work that into a kind of song. Again, it's almost like a meandering kind of word salad. Yeah, she has that kind of cool, flowy gospel voice. mixed with kind of a poppy voice. I'm sure a lot of vocalists will be like, well, it's not as nuanced a voice as Whitney Houston. Well, no. There are spectacular singers in this world. Spectacular singers. Peoples whose vocals, you know, what did Pavarotti say? And he was right, that his vocal cords were kissed by God, you know. She has a really remarkable voice. She's using all of her different talents. She's a dancer, she's a singer, she's a good host, she's a jack of like so many different trades. That is interesting to me just as a performer. Gosh, they don't show the band for very long at all. Let me see the band. Okay. Cool Les Paul. I like how they set up the band here, but touring musicians, studio musicians, these people have to be the greatest musicians on the planet. They have to really keep their chops up and really, really be confident. We're talking, 2 hours of practice a day, if not more. And again, we're just playing real simple chords here. We're not playing anything too complex, but just to play them perfectly and to be so completely on your game that you never make a mistake. Because what if in the middle of these thousands of people you accidentally hit a C when you should have hit a D? It's going to sound out and it's going to be heard. But you also still have to make it look fun and make it look entertaining. Okay, so this song is really poppy. I'm going to be just brutally honest. And I think when I had first heard because I definitely heard this chorus before, and I remember hearing it and just kind of rolling my eyes and being like, ugh, this is why I hate pop music. Because it sounds specifically redundant, almost on purpose. Ever, never, ever, ever, never. We're using that same rhyme, word, feeling. Ever, never, mama, na, 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 na. Again, like she's kind of beating you over the head with it. It seems very deliberate to me. And seeing it as a piece, it's way more interesting to me because it's like, it has this, it has a meaning now. It has, she's being deliberate because as if she's making fun of the music that she is being accused of making. It's as if she's making fun of herself. I think she's maybe literally making fun of herself here, but in a way that isn't disempowering, but more empowering. So I really appreciate you guys supporting me. I hope that you stick around for the other stuff that I do that isn't just Taylor Swift, although we have a bunch more Taylor Swift videos coming, I promise. But I hope you stick around and check out some of my other stuff. And I really appreciate all the incredibly supportive comments and all the really specific songs you guys have asked me to check out and suggestions, and I'm definitely going to check them out. Again, Betty coming up soon. More Taylor Swift coming out soon. I really enjoy the positivity. It's a really positive experience so far. And I enjoy the enthusiasm, and I'm just going to try and do more cool videos like this. Feel free to give me, comments. If I don't heart every comment, that doesn't mean I haven't read every comment. I don't want to heart every comment. I try to reserve my hearts for the things that really hit the old ticker, So thank you guys so much for checking this out. Please please subscribe. Let me know other songs, other artists you'd like me to listen to. Phoebe Bridgers was one that people mentioned the other day. I'm definitely going to check out. There's a few others that people have mentioned. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this as I go, and your support is super helpful. I will eventually be resetting up my Patreon, but I'm going to wait a little while. I don't want to do that right away. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Check out my channel for more. Also got gear reviews, also got my own music on there. All kinds of fun stuff. Until next time, keep playing.